Here's what this has to do with aliens. People keep commenting that the aliens are here just to observe us, that they're not allowed to actually interact with us because it's a violation of some sort of galactic agreement. That sounds an awful lot like the Prime Directive. Prime Directive says that advanced civilizations should not interact with advancing or progressing or developing civilizations so that they don't sort of get off course. Which is fine, except that's from a TV show, Star Trek. That's not a real thing. I mean, maybe it is a real thing, but it's from a TV show. It's fictional. And then I tabled that and basically said, even if that was a law, even if that's a case, we can see them. So they are, in fact, influencing our reality. They are interfering. The fact that I'm talking about them, they're not hiding. If they have the technology to travel across space and time, you think that they would have the technology to avoid being detected by our cameras? We have all kind of at this point seen footage of UFOs. These things they're not avoiding detection. They're like right in our skies, right? They're like swan diving and shit like that. Like they're doing like dog races with our jet pilots. Like we're seeing them. We have videos of them. We've seen them. So they're already interfering. They're interfering. That's already. So the fact that I'm talking to you about it, the fact that people have seen them. When you observe something, you change it, right? Even a basic National Geographic photographer knows that they need to avoid detection by animals that they're observing, because if the animals can sense or perceive that they're being observed, they change their behavior. And that's not even on a quantum level. We're not even talking about collapsing wave functions. Even our basic physicists, I only say basic compared to, aliens who can travel faster than the speed of light or whatever, or at least close to the speed of light, the way they move and everything like that. But even our basic quantum physicist knows that conscious observation collapses wave functions. Observation changes things. We know this. So they know this. So even if the Prime Directive was true, they're violating the fuck out of that because we can see them. And like we're having congressional hearings about them now. So they're already altering, like they're already changing, they're already doing the thing that you're saying that they're not supposed to be doing. If they're just supposed to be watching, then why can we see them? Like why are we seeing them? UFOs, aliens, may be intentionally observing us and intentionally making themselves known in order to collapse the wave function of this specific reality that we are presently experiencing, that ensures the future development of their civilization. Most importantly, to tie it into what I've just talking about, look at the nature of humanity as it is right now. Remember, I said a person observing you can influence what aspects of yourself are brought out. If what is being discussed in the Quantum Revelation excerpt that I read is true, and I accept it at this moment as certainly a probability, and that the observer brings out aspects of you because of how they want to see you. And in some cases, it might actually benefit them to see you in that way. If the observer affects what aspects of yourself that becomes prevalent, it collapses that wave function, then is it possible that UFOs, aliens, even non-corporeal entities that might be in your room right now looking at you, collapsing a particular, observing you, observing the entire species, could they be bringing out the worst in us? I'm leaning to them being from the future. I've always talked about how civilization itself, it seems like a disease of humanity. It seems to me that we are being sort of manipulated in a particular way to push towards the development of technology. Now imagine it's an AI.